Welcome back to another episode of the Inca. My name is Manuel Buada. I am your host, and today we are blessed to be joined with Deklan Fatone. He's a
Yo,
fellow American. He's from St. P, Florida, and so I'm just stoked to have him on the podcast. Um, this the session has been rescheduled a couple of times, and this is our second time shooting because I forgot about the audio. So yeah. Oh my God, I did it again. Okay, fuck. Okay, what's up for the week, dude? I'm so
yo,
sorry. I'm literally a newbie.
yo.
Okay. Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inca. I'm your host, Manuel Boada. This is the fourth time recording this. I keep forgetting about the audio, but everything is working out perfectly now. So today we're joined by Declan Fatone. He is a fellow American, and he is from St. P, Florida. And
Yes, sir.
so
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Yeah, so if you want to just talk about how we've had to reschedule this podcast a couple of times, feel free, bro.
No, yeah. Um, Originally this was supposed to be planned for June's mental health month, but then I don't know. It was his something was happening. It was his birthday, something with his sister. He had to go on a hike. I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
But I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. I'm glad it's
Um,
finally happening. Bro, I almost had to reschedule one more time. Yeah, cause I'm going on a road trip tomorrow, and I was actually planning on going today. But I was like, no, bro, I'm shooting this podcast for Declan. It's gonna happen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate your
Um,
patience. Yeah, so
of course.
I'm just gonna give a quick intro into like an overview of what we're gonna talk about today. Something I don't normally do, but there's always a first time for everything. So Declan here is passionate about music, acting, and most importantly his family. And he works on series with his cousin Enzo and Chloe, and that started in 2010. But he also has one with his did I catch that was your cousin Eddie or your friend Eddie, and also with your friend Elijah?
One of my friends. Yeah, two of my friends.
Yeah, and also, uh, his uncle Joey was a part of a boy band back in the day called Ninsk. Is that right?
It's called InSync. InSync.
NSYNC. Okay, my fault, my fault.
You good?
And
You good? You good?
this is a cool little fun fact. His mom, Janine, backed up. She was a backup singer for Britney Spears. That's unbelievable. That yeah. What a small world we live in. And his Uncle Steve does lights and camera for the for mainly Bruno Mars. Wow.
Mainly him. But he's done
Have
other
you
people.
have you got a chance to meet Bruno Mars or
What? Sorry.
have you had a chance to meet Bruno Mars?
Yeah, very when we were little, but like I've only been to two of his concerts, and we've got to get a few things, but nothing insane. Nothing
That's
insane.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And he's also mentioned that his grandparents are very
Yo,
important in his life, which you
yo,
always love to hear,
one
bro.
second,
So, yeah.
one second.
Oh, okay. No worries, bro.
Yo, chance my dad is going to work. But anyway, sorry. Even though it is almost 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
My dad works for Southwest Airlines. So
Mm, that's show. Yo, by the
we're
way,
able
if I,
it's
at any time if I interrupt you just because we're on Zoom and it's a little hard to like speak over each other, just keep talking and now stop talking. Okay?
that sounds so rude, but I mean,
No, it's
okay.
not. It's not, bro. It's just a part of the gig here. It's just how this works over Zoom.
Alrighty, that's
Yeah,
good. That's
you
good.
have the right of way, bro.
All right.
Yeah. And
Um,
so yeah, so why don't you begin talking about these series that you're into?
so all right. So this is there's a lot of stuff that goes into this stuff because when I was little, me and my cousin Enzo decided to like try and make up this story. The only thing with it's called Slay Nation, to be honest with you. It's the shittiest name ever. I couldn't tell you why I picked that name, but I was a little kid and it sounded cool. But it is what it is. It's stuck, so no changing it now. But, but nah, it's also like it's intertwined with real life, so it's not. It's like the rules are is like someone can't die like unless they were to die in real life, pretty much.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
um, we've made tons of stories. It's mainly like it's turned into just movies now, like short films.
Mm.
Um, but recently, like December, it's not that recent, but in December we recorded the last scene for the new one. So the only problem is that I'm waiting like because there's still stuff I have to film with other people, so it's like it's put on hold. It's just sitting in the storage on my computer, just chilling there, and it's not going anywhere for now. But yeah, we're gonna end
So
it soon.
okay, so I know you mentioned that you're gonna have to end something you were working on, and is that why?
Wait, what?
Earlier you mentioned that you were working on some project and you wanted to talk about like why some things had to end. Is that one of the things that you were talking about?
Um, yeah, probably yeah. That was like honestly, I'm really trying to focus on what I want in the future, and so I feel like it's so difficult to get the three of us together and like actually film something. I would love to be able to see them more. You know, they're not just friends. They're. I'm not trying to sound like Dominic Toretto, but like they're my family. They are like
I'm
actually.
a
So it's like that's been my whole life for my entire. I don't know what to tell you. Like they've always been the number one thing closest to me. So
family.
it is it is
I'm gonna
crazy
I'm, I'm gonna
because
cut
like
a clip. I'm gonna cut a clip of like Dominic Toretto saying something about family right now.
they're not my friends. They're my
Their
family.
blood, their blood. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh, so quick question. So
Mhm.
you mentioned that you got into making series when you were quite young. So my question is, what advice would you give to kids who are looking into getting into that? What mistakes they should avoid? Yeah.
One thing that I will genuinely think of is do not try and rush things. I can't even tell you how many times I've sit there and me and my friend will have a really cool idea, right? And then I make like a timeline with like 10 different things and none of them ever happens. like it, it's just wasting time. Definitely really take time to like plan and think about things because um like don't start something if you really know you're not gonna finish it. I mean, but sometimes it's just how it is, you know what I mean? Sometimes you want to have fun and that's okay. So
Yeah. I think
um
that reminded me of something I saw a little bit ago. I totally forget who I heard it from. But he was talking about, oh, I think it was Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg said that no one whoever accomplished anything great is ever a professional at it when they begin. And the key to be successful is just to start, even if you don't know what you're doing. Um, so yeah. Prime sponsor, yo, Prime sponsor me. Deklan.
no, I'm a subprime. To be honest with you, we could talk about anything and I'll just say this for everybody because it doesn't really matter. I don't really care like what you want to ask. Obviously, I'm not gonna get like offended. So I mean, like if you want to ask, if you're really curious about anything, I don't really care. If you want to go deep in depth into the weirdest shit, by all means, go ahead.
Bro,
It's all right.
why else? What other reason is there to have a podcast, bro? Like straight up. You know what I want to
Yeah,
ask? You
that's
know what I'm
true. I
like
mean,
actually curious about, bro? This could
what?
this I'm curious about who you got, Biden or Trump? Or like just what's your take on that whole thing?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna out my grandparents, but like they picking Trump.
They pick Trump.
They picking Trump. To be
How but like
honest
how
with
you
you,
feeling?
with Biden and Trump, obviously they've both done things, and it's like I don't really know. I think I would rather want my president to be able to walk upstairs. So I
I
mean,
feel that.
I don't know. It's really weird. Oh, like Trump is just a funny guy. It's really hard to say because I'm not really too into like, yeah, I really want this president to win. But I really like Barack Obama, even though that's not even possible anymore. I just always liked him. I always said that was my favorite president, and I always stand by that. So
That's my
I,
favorite
I'm I'm
president, and
I'm
I'm
pretty
not
convinced
even
he's
American.
yeah. Yeah. I think this is a joke. Do you know the wrestler Cody Rhodes?
Is that the guy with like a short mohawk and he's like white and really big?
Nah, he has blonde hair.
His
He has a
blonde hair. I think
tattoo
I'm
of
thinking about Brock Lesnar.
Brock. Yeah, yeah. Basically, there's this thing where it was like, oh, we need a hero to save us, and it shows a picture of like he's got 1% votes. I'm pretty sure that's so funny. Like, because his whole gimmick is like America, so he's the American nightmare. So I don't know. I think it's funny. Um, but yeah, as far as like political stuff, I'm not really into all that. I remember, I remember I was just mad. Like Hillary Clinton fell off the face of the planet Earth.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much
Like
from
I'm not even. Yeah, I haven't heard much of her at all. But the Obamas are still like everywhere almost,
her.
which I'm not even complaining. Like Obama knows what the fuck is up. He knows his music, and he can play basketball really well. And I'm just like, dang, like that might just be the goat. That might be our goat. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's awesome, bro.
I mean,
That's
my
gonna be
friend.
the clip of like the what's that called? The thumbnail? That's gonna be the
Oh yeah,
intro. You can play basketball,
Obama
you can
might
do
be the best.
music. Yo, Obama's my goat. That's fire.
No, he is. Yeah. Um. So, what do you mess with Minecraft?
Dude, you know what?
Do you mess with Minecraft at all?
Bro, me and Minecraft go way back. You know, I remember my first memory of Minecraft. I just came to Canada and I didn't know that it was a thing. And my homie, his name is Seth Weiss. I went over to his house. It was my first time in a white person's house, so it was nice, you know. It was a nice
That's least.
house. And then he pulls up. We go to like his basement and he just has console and we start playing, dude. It was so much fun. And this was
Mhm.
before like all these like youngins with these like cave updates and what's that thing called from the in the Nether? The Warden or something.
Yeah,
I don't
Lord
know,
thing.
bro, but beating the Ender Dragon was impossible back then. I don't know if it's easier now, but it was so hard.
I don't know. I mean, low key, I remember my older cousin Nick. He's the one who introduced me to Minecraft. I remember going up to him. He was playing it on his computer. I was like, "Yo, what is this? What are you playing?" And he's like, "It's Minecraft." I'm like, "Oh, that looks really cool." I was probably like 6 or 5, and so I was like, "Yo, this is fire." And then eventually I got into it, and I never stopped. So I mean, what I will say is I don't like new Minecraft. Bedrock specifically, which is I'm sure you know it's like all the new versions of Minecraft together. I really mess with that. Like I think it's just a glorified version of PE edition. Really, is kind of ass.
You know what I
But
really enjoyed about
I don't know.
Minecraft?
It's really good. Hmm.
I really loved like the YouTubers like SS Sunday, Crainer, and like Beijing Canadian, like all those like videos they make.
I
Ah, dude,
really
I
like.
remember
I
spending
really like
hours watching that.
SSND. For me, for me, I really like Stampy.
Maybe. Oh, I've never heard of him.
Like, st- what?
I've never heard of him.
What? You never heard of Stampy?
Bro, I might be a fake fan.
What?
Like, I've never heard of him. Is he an OG?
No, that's so crazy. Yes, he's
Is
an
he an
OG. He's one of the
bro?
OGs.
Damn, I'm
He,
lacking.
I think, like, St- no, Stampy was It's only probably because how old are you? Sorry, I don't want to.
I'm 19.
Oh, okay. So you're not even that far.
No,
You're only a
you
couple
talking to
years
me like
older
I'm
than me.
old,
So
bro.
it's
We're
like,
like the same age.
yeah, pretty much. So, um, nah, yeah, Stampy, he was more targeted towards kids. But like even then, like I still watched like Stampy a couple years like after I like I mean I wasn't really I don't know. Sometimes I watch this stuff
So you still
because
play like
it's a little
regularly?
comforting. And you know what's crazy? Not really. I think I'm in that 2 week phase right now.
You're in the 2 week
That's what
phase.
I'm in. I started up I'm in that phase where I'm starting Minecraft again because like I started this survival world and I'm like, yo, this is really
I'll get you.
great. Like I found the greatest seed ever. Like so I spawned in, the hills are beautiful. The caves are absolutely crazy. And like I know like the caves and cliffs update is low key like being goofy for the most part, but I think I got the best of it because um I found like four villages, and one of them has a nether portal next to it, a ruined nether portal. So yeah, I've got a lot, but um, what do you like? When was the last time you regularly played Minecraft?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, since I just finished my first year at university, and since that
Mm-hmm.
started, I've actually not played video games at all. I'm an engineer, so we have like no free time. I'm also a varsity athlete, so I get even less time. But before that, that summer, I remember I was like going through like I call it a cereal phase. Because you know when you eat cereal, you'll be really into it for like a month, and then you just won't touch it for a month.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it was Minecraft was like that for me. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, it's been a while since I played it, and I remember there was like a 2, 3 year window where I didn't play at all, and then I played it, and suddenly I saw bears, I saw all these new flowers, and the cave updates like shook my world. And the
Yeah.
warden,
Honest-
bro, what?
Honestly, it is crazy because for a while I like refused to play new Minecraft. Like I and y'all could laugh at me for this. I had a Wii U for a while. Like,
Why?
and it's sitting on my floor right now. I don't know what the hell happened to my charger, but it's somewhere. But nah, I Legacy Minecraft is the best. Like the old console versions of Minecraft is the best. And so that's what I still played. Like because if you didn't know, like Legacy, like it discontinued after like 2018, 2019, around there. So we got the last update, the aquatic update, like the whole water stuff. And I stayed on there for years. I stayed on there for years. Though I had Minecraft, I can play new Minecraft with my friends if I wanted. But I just thought it was so easy. People can just join your game. There was a built-in mic, even if it was horrible. Um, but no, I met some lifelong friends on there. My friend Caleb, although I'm kind of exiting or rethinking certain music stuff, but it's like if it wasn't for him, we started making music together. That's what started that. And my other friend Dane, uh, he always would make like Minecraft games, and that would bring us together, and it was like we would have fun doing a lot of stuff. Um, Even had a Minecraft series at one point, but I'm sure everybody did. But that's too many episodes. Too many.
Yeah. All right, bro. We running just on 10 minutes left. It goes by quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we should
Um,
start talking about men's mental health, bro. First of all, the first thing he said to me, or the first couple of things Declan messaged me with was I want to talk about men's mental health. And I think that I mean in Canada at least, I don't know how it is in Florida, but where I live it's definitely like well known, but it's not really like talked about too much. So I personally was
yeah.
very fond of the fact that you brought that up, and I'm curious to see what you have to say about it.
Yeah, so I'm very sorry for yapping about Minecraft for that long. I never thought I
Oh,
would do
don't
that,
worry,
but
don't worry. That's the point of this podcast. There is no like main focus. We talk about anything.
I mean, realistically, if we really have to, we could start another link immediately. I don't know if that would work or what would
No, we
be
can just keep
harder or
talking on this
easier
one,
for
bro.
you,
It's
but
chill.
okay. So basically, um, men's mental health in Florida and just like in the US, it is definitely being more recognized. I'm not trying to bash Pride Month or anything, dude. Like, all I know is that it was created 5 years before any of that happened. So I'm like, all right, why? Like, I don't listen. My mom is she's gay. She likes girls, So it's like I'm not gonna be sit here like, oh, I hate gay people. No, like no. But what I will say is there are some people in the I was gonna say alphabet community. My apologies. In the LGBTQ community that will be like rude about it. They'll be rude about it. I'm all for gay people, obviously. Like I said, my mom is gay, so it's like I've had nothing but support for it. But sometimes there are people who are rude and they go out of their way. Especially they'll some of them just like straight up hate men, and I'll never understand that. Like especially they're like, oh, men this and men that, and it's just like damn, dude, you can't recognize like there are certain things that are going on. Like recently I had one of the most life-changing experiences of my life, and a part of it, which doesn't really matter, I was at this party, and um like these older women were like saying that I was like cute, and we're trying to like, well, if he was 10 years older, he turns 18 this month. And I'm just like, yo, dog, if that was two guys and a little girl, like things would be switched real quick. So I'm like, I don't know. I think it's funny. I'm never like uncomfortable about it, but it's funny. It's just like men, I don't know. I'm not saying you have to be a complete chicken, but it is okay to talk. Like, and just the way society has been is like sometimes people are like, yeah, I don't know if we want like a man saying something or like completely opening his feelings. But to be honest with you, I think it's changed a lot. Like a lot of like men on the internet are actually a lot more comfortable with like showing their feelings and like, yeah, I think about this or I've done this badly and I probably shouldn't do that. Which I think is good. I think like men's mental health is growing. I don't want any other like month for example, like June is shared with LGBTQ. Obviously we don't want things less than the other. It's just this year I would say men's mental health has been a little more focused on, and I'm pretty excited about that. And I feel like it should be known that it is also that month as well.
I just agree with everything you said, bro. And um, yeah, so me personally, I've had wait, before I even talk about that, I think that the most you talked about how people on social media seem to be more comfortable speaking up about like how they feel and what they think and whatnot. And I think that's true, and it's a reflection just off of like the ratio of people who are talking on media, because
Mhm.
it's probably like 1 in 1,000 or probably less than that. The sources I made it up. It came to me in a dream. But I think the most important way to combat it and to help recognize it is simply like people like you and me just talking about it, because that's
Yeah,
how things get normalized, and I think this is we're making the solution right here, you and me, Declan, which is fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of
And
course,
so
it's
yeah.
totally great. I just like I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'll remember this one specific night. Um, I had like a whole breakdown. So basically, um, I went to go like surprise my grandparents. Me and my mom went all the way to Kissimmee, which is like an hour 30. It's not that far, but like it is what it is. I was born in Orlando, so all my family is in Orlando, like Kissimmee area, which is like right outside of Orlando. Um, so we went there to go see them for breakfast or for like dinner or whatever. Um, and we chilled for a while. And by the time lunch was ending, I could really feel like something's off. Something's off. And so when we got in the car on the way back, I really started to just talk to my mom about different things, and I cried probably like whole hour 30 almost like. And one of the topics I really discussed was like men's mental health, because I think it's super important. Like I just like it's so weird. I don't want to hate on any other communities. It's because like, you know, fucking someone says the wrong thing and you're cooked. Like it's sad. It's so sad. Like I think a lot of people are really getting over cancel culture, and I am so glad that cancel culture is like ending kind of barely. I don't really know. It really just depends on who it is. I feel like there are people getting canceled who don't deserve to be canceled, and then they let other people do whatever the hell they want. Really? So, I have to be careful with what I would say as far as like the gay community and different things like that, because there are some people that will literally say that what we're about right now is bullshit. So, um, though I think the opinion on people that had changed a lot. Like there's for a while, it's like woman empowerment. That's amazing. I think women are great. I have a girlfriend myself, which I've been. This has naturally come up. I've been waiting to talk about her on here because she's an amazing woman. She's the strongest person I know. Um, and she's gone through so much, like so much. Another thing is just mental health in general, because people at her school are horrible, man. Like they call her the most worst shit, and uh, some people, specifically in her family, would comment about like her appearance, or I feel like when she was growing up, it's like sometimes she would say, "Oh, I was chunky back then." And this, I'm like, who told you that was chunky? Seriously, who told you that was chunky? And it's so upsetting. Like she just, I don't know. I just hate when people get to that point where it's like you're being compared to someone, or they think, like with her, it's like, oh, she's like, I'm fat, which I feel like a lot of girls do that to their boyfriends, maybe, right? I feel like that's just boyfriend talk. It's like, do these jeans make me look like, you know what I mean? But nah, she's such a sweet woman. Like, I couldn't think of a more stronger person than that. But
I
I think people just really need to. Sorry. You
no,
go.
bro,
What are you
bro.
gonna say?
Please continue. No, please continue.
Okay. I I don't know why inside I kind of feel a little like maybe emotional about that topic. It's generally because I care about her and just like people in general. It's like, I don't know. I'm not saying be a fucking snowflake, but it's like there are some people that say and do certain things. I'm like, damn, I thought people like this existed in only movies. I'm like, there's no way you got people saying this shit and throwing stuff at people. It's horrible how it's so stupid how some people can really be. Like, or even me, my girlfriend stand this, and you know what? I will be honest. Yeah, I've made mistakes, obviously, but it's like some people. I can't believe there are some people are like, damn, yo, Declan's an asshole. Like, He's the worst person ever. Like, he should die. Like, well, they don't say that, but it's like some people are just so. I would say like 90% of the people I know or have met, or 90% of the people that know me, you will hear the greatest thing. You will probably think they're glazing, but the other temper, like, like, and it's crazy. It's like some of them, most of them don't even know me, like, never met me personally. The ones that don't like me, some of them. So it's kind of weird. But I think, I really rethink. I think like loyalty and respect should be like more shown in people, because I think it's really disappointing when you give so much into a friendship and you think it's great, but then there's that one thing that happens. Oh, they stop talking for a while, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I heard they were saying this about you." Like, really? Like, after all those hours long phone calls, you're really gonna say that I did something that didn't happen? I think I think obviously people being fake, people will, and you really gotta like learn who is truly there for you and who's not. But some people gotta learn, like, some people just gotta be put in their place, I guess I should say.
Smart, bro. I like that statement. Declan, I just got a comment real quick. So when you told me that you were from Florida, I was
Mm.
initially a little bit hesitant just because like I've heard about some crazy stories about people from Florida. Um, but the more you talk, the more I can see that you have a deep like fundamentals. You have deep core values in things that I agree with. Like you naturally wanted to talk about women empowerment, which I think is amazing. You gravitated toward men's mental health, and so and just hearing you talk, I can tell that you're like a good guy. So I just wanted to put that out there. So
Thank you, thank
so
you,
the world needs more people like you, Declan. So just
thank
keep
you,
being yourself, bro.
thank you so much. Um, yeah, I don't know. I will say high school has been crazy. I'm going to my last year of high school, and it's like comparing who I was right before I, you know, started to now is like, damn, so much character development. Like, it's crazy. I'll say this whole thing, and we didn't really talk about Elijah or Eddie that much. I'll give them some shine. Eddie and I met in the sixth grade, first day of sixth grade, and we became best friends ever since. And we decided, you know what? Let's start making YouTube videos. We started making YouTube videos together, and we just became best friends, and it kind of just formed into a series, Declan and Eddie. And it became like popular in my school. So eventually, it came down to a time where there's something really stupid happened. We're teenage boys. We're gonna do something stupid that's gonna get us in trouble. And so my parents like, y'all can't hang out. I'm like, all right. So we eventually the time came where it was like there was literally a countdown to the last episode. It was gonna come out on the last day of school. And like not that it helped at all with our state of mind. A random kid would walk past the an open door. Like if I was in the classroom, 9 days till the end of Declan Eddie. Thanks, asshole. Really appreciated. Like I don't know. And so eventually, the last day came, and like it was pretty like sad. Because the day before, the day prior, he just didn't show up, and it was like, well, shit. I was upset. I think that was like kind of like a bit of like a breaking point. It was like we were so close and we needed each other during that time. So it was like when one of us didn't show up, it was like, especially because bro didn't say anything. He just like, I don't know if he woke up too late or something, but sometimes he did that. Unfortunately, with Eddie, he didn't always have the greatest like home life. So it was like, he would go through some shit, and I understand that. And so he didn't show up, and I just like the end of sixth period, like I just hugged my teacher and low key cried about it, which sounds so gay. That sounds so
No,
gay.
bro. No, bro.
Like
No, I don't.
I'm
I
crying
admire
because
your
my best friend.
vulnerability.
Thank you. But I have to laugh about it. It's just like it was just a kind of a hard time. Obviously, there's so much more layers. Which I mean, to be honest, I would love to come back on this podcast once again and just talk about that series. We could do that the whole time. I don't really care because that was such a big part of my life for like 3 years. And for it to suddenly end, I was like, damn, like holy shit, that really hit me. And like it was so dramatic too. Like everybody in the classroom had left for the final. Like there was no one in there except for my friend that I was taking home and our other friend Valerie, which is an old friend of mine. Um, and the fucking teacher in the corner crying, and the dab up was so crisp, and we hugged, and that was the end of it. And I'm just, like, it was everything was perfect. So, eventually, when the summer started, I just became like really depressed. Like I always thought, dude, I think summer would be so cool. Why would you be sad in summer? That was like the lowest point. Like I was kind of hoping like I would just not like wake
So,
up.
yeah, sorry, bro. We Zoom is gonna kick us out soon with the recording.
Uh,
But I just wanna
uh,
end it up real quick. So
mhm.
you said that ended like abruptly, and I just wanted to ask, what's a lesson that you learn about letting things go, and if you want to leave the audience off with something like that, or like some
Yeah.
wisdom about that.
So eventually, that was actually not the end, but we recently actually just ended it. We're coming out with the for it, and there's a lot of like unreleased footage from like when we were like 13, 14. But I'll just say this: things end, and sometimes it's okay. It A lot of the times we don't always let go of things. Sometimes we kind of just learn to live with that thing ending specifically. To be honest with you, we have less than a minute. It's all right. We could go with the cliffhanger. Myself, I haven't even completely gotten over it. And we talked on the roof about it one time, like a month ago. We were talking. We missed that shit, but it's okay. Things are gonna be okay, even though fuck, I don't know how it's gonna end. Um, Life has a cycle, man. Not everything's gonna last forever, even if you think it is gonna be there for the rest of your life.